Yeah, baby. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 56 of the Husker Hype Radio podcast. I'm Eddie Rosenthal. Got Dr. Erock in the Zoom once again today, and Aaron Worsfold. Boys, 19 days until Nebraska football plays football. Come on, man. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Let's go.
I'm fired up.
We're fired up to the max.
We do got some bad
To the
news.
max.
Something that the latest Husker news we want to talk about is Teddy Prohazcha out again for another year. He's had 3 season-ending injuries. Eli's pouring one out for Teddy Prohazcha. Dude, it sucks. It sucks. We were talking yesterday about that competition at left tackle right now between Teddy and Turner that's been going on, and now I guess it's Turner's job for the taking. Who are the other guys behind him, Eli?
You got Jacob Hood. You got Tyler Knack. Gunnar
Jacob
Gatula.
Hood is Georgia, right?
Yeah, but to be honest, he's the flashiest name, but he's probably the one that's lowest on the depth chart. They said he is not. According to John Callahan, he's just not up there yet. It's more Gunnar Gatula and your boy Tyler Knack. But Tyler Knack's been playing more guard. So tackle, we're kind of short. That's not where you want to be going into the season with a true freshman quarterback.
No, not at all, dude. Not at all.
And we got Grant Bricks. He's a true freshman. That's somebody that can get on the field, maybe make a good impression early on.
That would be sick if Grant Briggs came in, but I think it takes a year for a lineman to get souped up college level, you know? Like you can be a big guy in Iowa, 8-man football and just bulldoze everyone. Not saying that he's already fucking huge, but you need to get a little bit at that training table and eat some steaks before you actually start getting sizey enough for a Big Ten lineman. Takes you a year.
My only counterpoint to that is that he's not the one on the line making the calls. He's the left tackle. We got Dylan Raiola out there helping with protections. And Caden Proctor might have been one of the best tackles in football last year, and he was a true freshman.
That is true. That is true. Iowa kid. Who else is an Iowa kid? Grant Bricks. But guess what? He's not an Iowa Hawkeye. He's a Nebraska Cornhusker for a damn reason. For a damn reason. Aaron, have you ran into any trouble yet being in Iowa City, being a Husker?
No.
How is it? They know who the
I've
fuck
only
you are?
worn a Nebraska shirt once out and about. I've worn a Nebraska hat a couple times, but every time I run, I wear a Nebraska headband, and 0 times have I ran into trouble. So maybe I just look like such a badass. They don't want to fuck with me, huh?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. What about when you see like Iowa gear now and you just want to say, dude, what the fuck is everybody wearing Iowa shit here for? And then you realize you're in Iowa City.
That I did have that for like the first couple days, but like it's everybody. Like when you're in Nebraska and you see someone in a Hawkeye shirt and you're like, oh, this guy, what the fuck? When I'm here, I'm like, it's every person, dude.
Dude, that's what I feel like when I come back home and I see everybody in Nebraska and be like, oh, hey, go Big Red. And then it's like, everybody's go Big Red here.
Right.
You know? That's, yeah, in Iowa, you just kind of got to fucking, are you going to fly? You better fly a damn flag outside your house on every Saturday.
I don't have a flagpole, but damn it, I'll install one.
You better get one, boy.
Get a big stick.
Yep.
Massive, just the longest stick.
Yeah. Just it goes out like almost into the sidewalk. All right.
Rip Teddy Prohazcha.
Let's talk the big picture here, guys. Let's talk the big picture. Let's talk college football. What now is not the Power 5, but it's the what, guys? The Power 4.
The Power 4.
Power 4. Very good.
It's the Power 4.
Very good.
Is it? Yeah, it's the Power 4.
So we got the Big Ten, the most dominant, badass college football conference in all of America. We got the SEC. We got the ACC. And then we got the Big 12. All right. That's what we got, fellas.
Sorry to the Pac-12, but Oregon. I still feel so bad for Oregon State and Washington State.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think I said this before. They should just do like play every game, 10 games, 12 games, whatever, home away, and see who wins. That'd be a cool experiment.
Or they
What do you
should be
mean?
able, or they should be able to just like play other power conference teams enough to get to the point where they have a eligibility.
Because Oregon State wasn't too bad last year.
Wazoo wasn't
Wash,
terrible either. I think they beat
yeah,
Wisconsin.
they had that dude Cam Ward,
Yeah,
who was a dog, and we wanted him at Nebraska. He
exactly. Yeah.
ended up where? Miami.
Yep, at Miami.
Fucking Miami, dude. A lot of people are picking Miami very high in their preseason. We'll get to that
Ooh,
later.
yeah, we'll get to that later.
We'll
Nice
get to that
tease.
later. But so we got five little things we want to hit here for each conference. Teams in conference championship / the winner. Surprising teams in each Power Four conference. Disappointing teams. Over win total and the under win total. I feel like that. Are you talking to every team, Aaron?
No, I just did one for each conference.
Oh, okay. What do we want to start with first, boys?
I have the
wanna
ACC written down first. That's the one I started with.
do it?
Go with that.
The
conference.
ACC. See, I'm gonna tease the championship. So let's start with the surprising team of the year. Surprising team of the year. And honestly, guys, I don't know quite honestly much about any other conference in depth of what I know the Big Ten. So this was a bit of a crapshoot. I'm looking at spreadsheets that show strength of schedule. I'm looking at conferences. I'm looking at all these metrics. But at the end of the day, I picked these picks based on what my balls told me. And my balls told me for surprising pick of the year, it had to be Pitt. Pitt over under their over under win total is 5.5. But you look at their schedule, it's a reasonable schedule. They only have one ranked team in their schedule. It's number 14 Clemson toward the end of the year. When I see that, I know Pitt's always kind of a salty team. And so I think they'll be surprising based on what Vegas thinks they're going to do.
Nice, dude.
That's my surprising
Nice.
team of the year.
Very nice. Eli, what about you? ACC.
My surprising team of the year is going to be ACC champs, Miami. Mario Cristobal's got those two recruiting classes coming in. Cam Ward's coming there now. He's going to have some weapons outside, not like the Washington receivers. I got Miami.
I got Florida State.
Huh?
What about Florida State?
They're going to be mentioned. They'll be mentioned.
I'm going to mention Florida State right now as my disappointing team. That's my disappointing team.
That was my disappointing team.
Because I just think that they expect to repeat what they did last year. And so I also have Miami versus Louisville in the championship. You remember Louisville, Jeff?
Dude, Louisville's good, bro. Don't count out Louisville.
I kind of had them in my neck of the woods for surprising team, but I wanted to save them for the championship game.
Boys, yeah, I feel like kind of people are overlooking something in the bowl season that happened last year. Everybody on Florida's fucking team opted out, dude. Florida State's team. Like that's just that kind of shows you that the culture there isn't probably the best. Like they did win a lot of games, but dude, that's something that might not want to be overlooked. Do these guys really like playing ball? Do they want to play ball? You know?
But for some reason, the coach kind of rubs me wrong too. I couldn't tell you why. I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know too much.
Is it Mike or Jay?
Jay,
yeah.
And his brother's the coach where? Well, Colorado State.
Is he?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that is his name.
Unless they just both happen to have the same last name, that could be possible as well.
Yeah.
Disappointing team. Who'd you have for your disappointing team there,
Ed? You know what? You guys kind of swayed me towards Florida State. I like that. I think also Clemson. Clemson is going to be disappointing.
I disagree. I disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree. Dabo Swinney, don't sleep on Dabo. That boy was one of the kings of college football for a couple of years. He's been down for a couple of years. He's hungry. And he's got some solid returning coming back.
No,
Klubnik kind of sucked.
10 of 11 Clemson starters coming back.
Okay. What I had to say?
Defense.
Clemson, I just don't think that they're. I think they'll be like the third or fourth best team in the ACC. I think Miami and Louisville will beat that ass.
Ooh.
And Florida State,
ACC
I also don't like DJ Life that plays for Florida State
Ukulele.
now.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I don't like him
So that's why I don't like Florida State as well.
I mean, yeah, dude, there's the ACC has a lot of teams that could, even NC State, bro. NC State, I could see them doing well. They have a very good defense.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, they were up there for me too. The rest of the ACC, just Virginia Tech, Syracuse, Kyle McCord. I don't know, man. I don't know. Not good.
Yeah, it will be interesting what Colt McCord does and their new head coach, the guy from Georgia. I think he's the defensive backs coach. I guess we'll see, boys.
I'll just say my under over really quick. Clemson, I think I had them under 9.5 wins because they played Georgia and Florida State. I think they'll lose one of those and then one more. So that's 9 wins. Over Pitt 5.5. All right, Big 12. Who wants to start off Big 12?
Big 12. Are we starting with most disappointing team?
You could start whichever one you want.
Oh, I think that the most disappointing team in the Big 12 is going to be the Kansas State Wildcats.
I like that. Not really, actually. No, I don't.
I think that Kansas is going to be the better Kansas team. Lance Leipold and the Jayhawks will be a better Kansas team. And who knows how good Avery Johnson is, dude. They're bringing in Avery Johnson. No more Will Howard. Avery Johnson is kind of like this, whatever, not true freshman, but he's a sophomore, right? He played a couple games last year.
Played pretty well a couple games last year.
Well, I'm not a believer.
It's all good. Most disappointing team's Kansas State for you?
Yep.
This is an obvious one. This is a softball pitch right down the middle. It's the Colorado Dions. They might not win a game. They might not win a game. They're starting off against North Dakota State, one of the grittiest teams in the country, against one of the softest teams in the country. I think they might have a good chance of losing that game, unless Travis Hunter and Shedur's going nuts. And then they travel to Lincoln to come get beat down for another 4 quarters. Bad year for Colorado.
The thing about the Big 12, though, is that really is just a shitty conference. So that really anything could happen.
That is true.
My disappointing team was going to be Oklahoma State. We have Texas and Oklahoma leaving the conference. They think they're the big swinging cocks now, and I don't have them picked as being my champion. Spoiler alert. So I feel like that's a disappointing season for them.
Dude, what about Mike Gundy when his Ollie Gordon got the DUI? And he said he was like, I've probably done that like hundreds of times.
Thousands.
Sure.
He's like, he's like, that's basically just drinking 4 beers and driving home. And I've done that like 1,000 times.
That was pretty sick, dude. He's just speaking it how it is. Hell. I mean,
Me too, Mike.
That's hilarious.
I thought that was pretty good. Yeah.
Surprising team, Big 12. You guys do who we have?
I got Houston.
Houston, really?
Houston. They got some athletes down there, wide receiver. I like their quarterback, the senior, redshirt, last year going out, got a good left tackle. I think Houston's going to be a surprise team.
Nice. I'm glad that you like kind of know some shit because for surprising, I like Arizona just because they were pretty decent yesterday. They lost their head coach to go to Washington, but I think since that they're going into the from the Pac-12 to the Big 12, I think they'll be a surprise. I also had Kansas State. I kind of felt opposite of Eddie, but
yeah, we are opposite.
They're kind of expected to do decent. I don't think that they'll do great, but I don't think that they're gonna win the conference.
Kansas is my team to be the surprise guy. They don't really play any of the best teams in the Big 12. Eli's surprise team, Houston. They got Houston at Kansas State, and then BYU, Colorado, Baylor at the end. They really kind of got a really.
They don't play Arizona.
They don't play Arizona. No.
I think Arizona will be a good team. They have the best quarterback wide receiver combination, like best chemistry I think in the country.
And all those guys, even though their coach left, they all stayed. So that's kind of something the opposite of Florida State, where you're like, these guys are a good team. They got a good bond together, and that goes a long way.
And you know the boys went there for ball. Because if you're not going to school for ball, you go to Arizona State and you have a good time.
Right.
That's hilarious.
Arizona party school too.
Yeah.
Championship teams. Who do we have as our contenders? The top two in the game this year, Big 12.
Well, I have the Kansas Jayhawks and the Utah Utes. Utah, I think, isn't going to be. It's not a surprise when Utah is going to be at the top there. Cam Rising playing for fucking however many years he's played for. It's kind of ridiculous.
24.
Yeah,
Going on 24.
Dude. So they got him and Kyle Whittingham. He's a dog. I mean, Utah's just rough and tough. They're probably the toughest team in the Big 12.
I
Tough
agree.
teams.
I agree.
I
had the same matchup, and I had Utah winning it, baby. First time in the conference, first year in the conference, they're gonna win it.
Wait, so you had Kansas in the championship? I thought you were high on Kansas. Kansas State or Kansas?
Kansas State, I was like on the fence on. I was like, I don't know, dude. That's why, because I kind of want to have them as surprising, but
I would like to see Kansas in the playoffs. I think that'd be cool.
yeah, I think KU is just an interesting brand. What's his name? Jalen Daniels. He's a dog. He's coming back from injury, so that'd be sick if he lights it up.
Yeah, and Lance Leipold coached UNO, dude. He coached at Nebraska, I think, too, for a little bit.
I know that. But my championship matchup is Utah playing Arizona. I think Arizona's making a chip this year. That quarterback's nasty.
You like Arizona, huh? You high on the Wildcats?
That quarterback wide receiver combination is nasty. You can't beat a good one.
I wish I would have written this fucking down for you guys.
Arizona, right? Week 3 and 4, they got at Kansas State and at Utah.
Yeah. Utah's gonna be tough. I think Utah's winning the whole thing.
But at Kansas State right before that too. If they get over those two games, then it's kind of smooth sailing. That UCF, Houston, they're playing Colorado at home. I mean,
love that game for them. I love that game for them.
All right, boys. SEC.
The second best conference in the country.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, we're getting into the big boy league. There's a drop off in the Power 4 from the top 2 and the bottom 2. This is the top 2. SEC, boys. Who's the most disappointing team in the SEC this year? I'm gonna go the Oklahoma Sooners. I think Oklahoma's gonna have a much tougher time adjusting to the SEC than the Texas Longhorns are. And I'll tell you why, because they don't got a damn quarterback. They don't got anybody back there who is going to be able to play teams in the SEC. And every game in the SEC is a tough schedule, boys. Every game is a tough game. And Oklahoma, they've got some good teams that they're going to play this year. They're playing Tennessee, Auburn, and Texas. That's just 3-game stretch right there. South Carolina, Ole Miss, they play Alabama and Missouri and LSU last 3
That's
games.
A tough schedule, goddamn it. That's a tough schedule.
Jesus goddamn Christ. They're going to be running through the gauntlet, through the gates of hell and south. It ain't going to be good.
Yeah, no, I had Oklahoma too.
You had Oklahoma too?
Yeah, I have for Oklahoma for disappointing, for sure.
No Dylan Gabriel. He left out on him. Who's their quarterback?
General Booty went to somewhere else. He's not even there either anymore.
General Booty fled the ship.
We know they got a good quarterback. We know it's Oklahoma. They got a good quarterback.
It's Casey Thompson.
It's not Casey Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
It's Casey Thompson.
He is not the starter. He is not the starter. There's no.
Who is it?
That just killed me.
I have no idea who the starter is.
Spencer Rattler.
He's playing for the Saints.
All right. Anybody
My disappointing team was old Texas Horns dying. Fuck Texas.
Shit.
Texas is going to have a bad year. Their running back, arguably one of the best offensive weapons, just tore his ACL. He's down. Quinn Ewers adjusting the Big Ten like you guys are saying. Them boys aren't ready for it. Fuck Texas. Texas disappointing team of the year.
I feel you, Eli. At Texas, I fuck Texas, but is this pick based on just a little bit of hatred for Texas?
I'd be lying to you if I said no. But I'll always hate Texas.
Yep. I knew it was just to fuck you to Texas a lot more than it could be. They could be a disappointing team. Most surprising team in the SEC, boys. I got the Missouri Tigers. Eli Drinkwitz.
Okay.
I think he's kind of a goofy little cat, but damn does he know his football, you know? And they're bringing in guys a lot of guys. I guess they got some good boosters down there, Lake of the Ozarks. Somebody's probably fucking rich down there. But yeah, I like Missouri.
I liked Missouri too. I like Tennessee more though. That new quarterback Nico, he's a dog. Their coach Heupel putting it together. I think their offense will be crazy. They're going to be back to whatever they were a couple years ago, beating Bama and being one of the best teams in the nation. Tennessee Volunteers, surprising team.
Hey, that's one of my number ones right now is my stadium I want to visit to is Tennessee. My brother-in-law Craig went there, and hell, I'd love to go see Tennessee.
I think I'm actually going to a game in Tennessee this year.
No, you aren't. Which one?
I don't know, but my Mackenzie's girlfriend has a boyfriend who's a Tennessee fan, and they're going to a game, and they sent us whatever date recently.
Oh, dude. Fuck, I'm jealous.
Go to a night game if you can. Go to a night game.
Yeah. Or one of the checkered games.
That's the night game.
Why doesn't Nebraska do that, bro? I think Nebraska stripes would be pretty fucking sick. Red and white stripes, dude.
Yeah, dude. Why? Yeah, so true.
Or throw up the bones. Like everybody holds up a fucking sign and just throw on the bones.
Shirts off. Everybody's shirts off.
Yeah. This is the shirts off section. Ladies, you too.
No breaking the rules here.
Yeah, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Eli, do you have a surprising team? Did you say it already?
Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
That one's not a surprise to me.
Yeah,
that ain't gonna be a surprise to me.
But I think they're gonna be making the SEC championship, which is a surprise to a lot of people.
Okay. So now this is interesting. What's this championship game gonna be? What is this championship game gonna be? Eli, you got Ole Miss in the championship game. Who else you got?
Georgia. Oh,
Georgia.
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 Georgia, yeah.
Georgia. I have Georgia versus Tennessee. Tennessee is my Ole Miss for you.
Oh, dude, you're gonna fucking ride hard with Tennessee, huh?
Yeah, just like he's riding Ole Miss.
Whoa.
What?
Pause. What do you got?
I have Georgia winning though.
Hey, I'm not fucking putting Georgia out of the SEC championship game. That's all I know. Dude, I think Georgia last year, if they would have been one of the top 4 teams in the playoff, they would have won.
The whole thing, yes.
They would have won the whole fucking thing, dude.
Yes.
They just lost their one game at the worst time, the SEC championship game against Alabama. And I think Georgia and Alabama played 5 times last year. Georgia wins 4 out of the 5.
Yeah, for sure. I like that.
I mean, so Georgia could have won back-to-back national championships easily.
I like that.
And Georgia, dude, it's fucking Kirby Smart. He's got thugs on his team, players going to jail, and damn it, that's kind of what you
want. 40% graduation rate, worse in the nation.
That's kind of what you
That's hey.
Not lying. Catholics or convicts.
The field doesn't lie, brother. The field doesn't lie. I got Georgia, and you know what? I'm gonna say either Texas or Ole Miss. But just to keep it interesting, I'm gonna go with Texas. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Nice, Eddie. Okay.
Oh no, fucking I hate Texas. Horns down, always.
But I have Texas under 10.5 wins. They have a tough schedule, dude. They have sorry boys. They're at Michigan week 2, and then they got Oklahoma neutral site. That's a shootout. That's a Red River shootout. You don't know that one. Then they play Georgia. And then the rest of the teams are like kind of some mid teams, but there's no way they win 10. There's no way they win 11 games.
Ole Miss schedule way more favorable. I'd say they got Oklahoma, Georgia, and then the other teams, it's South Carolina, Kentucky, LSU, Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi State. I mean, Georgia and LSU are really the only ones for Ole Miss.
And LSU's kind of maybe slated to have a bit, questionable year based off losing their quarterback. So
they could be pretty disappointing this year, I think.
Big Ten.
Alabama too. Big Ten. Big Ten. Who do we got, boys? Most disappointing team in the Big Ten this year will be
the Michigan Wolverines.
Ooh.
I had that too,
Jim
Eli.
Harbaugh, first-year coach, first-year starting quarterback, lose 3 out of the 5 starting offensive linemen. That sounds like a disaster to me. And all the scandals coming
And
out.
the scandals, yeah, and off the field extracurriculars.
You don't need all that.
You don't need all that. I agree completely. That's what I had.
Who you got, Ed?
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, I had Michigan.
Oh, you had Michigan. Yeah. Well, boys, I think there's a lot of teams that could be disappointing in the Big Ten.
Well, you're right. I guess I could expound on it, but like I agree with everything he said about Michigan. That's why I had them as my number one. Who else could be? I think I have Wisconsin up there. Wisconsin thinks they're knocking on the door for conference championship type season. They're not. No. Iowa, they're not either. Fuck Iowa. You got to
put Washington in there too, because I mean, dude,
everybody expects Washington to lose.
Yeah.
You think? Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, I don't know. I think Iowa too, man. That you saw Cade McNamara's one of his practices. Did you see that?
4 for like 20 with an interception and a
pick six.
A drop snap. Hey,
yeah.
I don't think Dylan Raiola is doing that. He's not doing that. He's playing perfect football.
I sent that to our buddy Jacob Mintz, and I hadn't heard a response since.
Oh yeah, he's still trying to figure it all out, trying to just soak it all in. Yeah, I mean, I'd say maybe Wisconsin, dude. Wisconsin, they kind of really got to pick it up this year. It's an arms race, Nebraska versus Wisconsin right now, and Nebraska's winning.
We got the nuclear missile
recruits.
Raiola.
We got Raiola. All right. Most surprising team in the Big Ten.
Eddie, are you want to start this one, Eddie? I want to hear Eddie. Maybe we got to cook.
You want to hear me? The most surprising team in the Big Ten. It's gonna be the the Nebraska Cornhuskers for sure. We can always say it. But no, it's gonna be the Penn State Nittany Lions, dude. They're gonna win a game that they're not supposed to, between either Ohio State or
at Ohio State.
They got him at home. They got him at home. That's big.
That's night game.
That's big. They'll probably make it a night game. I mean, if you're Penn State, you got to make that a night game.
Yeah,
like you need all the help you can get. They don't have a bad schedule, so I like schedule. Penn State. Yeah,
I like that too. For my most surprising, I obviously had Nebraska as well. They'll be 7-0 going into Ohio State, and anything can happen if those are the odds. Another surprising team. Rutgers, Greg Schiano. Don't count out the Schiano. Don't count out the Schiano, man. Sorry, Eli.
Yeah, that's what I had too. Just gonna be piggybacking off the Rutgers turning production 80%. Quarterback's looking nice. It's the transfer from Minnesota, who I'm excited for Nebraska to play again. But yeah, Greg Schiano built up Ohio State. How can you sleep on him?
Greg Schiano. That's a real fucking man's name right there. Greg Schiano.
Yeah.
Head coach for the Rutgers. How you doing?
My boy Greg.
Yeah, it's my buddy Greg. He coaches football for the team up there, the college. What is it, the Rutgers? Yeah. Yeah, the old Scarlet Knights. They're playing Nebraska. They're in Lincoln this week. Probably going to get their ass kicked. Shit. They didn't ever catch a break. How much time we got left?
More than 10 minutes as of right now.
Okay.
You have a champion. Crown your champion.
Game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, come on. We already know what this is.
10 minutes left.
Okay. Well, I think that the game, it's going to be the Oregon Ducks versus the Penn State Nittany Lions. That's what I think it's going to be. No, I'm sorry, Ohio State. Ohio State, not Penn
Okay.
Oregon
we all have the same.
Penn State.
We all have the same. I guarantee it. I guarantee we all have the same.
Ohio State, and Ohio State wins.
Aaron,
that's exactly what I had. That's exactly what I had.
Yeah, exactly what I had.
But if we want to be real, it's It's Nebraska versus Ohio State. Nebraska fucking booty slaps them in Indianapolis.
It's Nebraska versus Oregon, dude.
You think
because we play Ohio State, dude. They're gonna get their ass kicked that week.
This is true. This is true. Nebraska versus Oregon. Yeah, dudes. I think that it's gonna
surprising.
be
I guess I forgot a surprising team because I have the over for Northwestern wins of 4.5. I think they'll have the over, and then UCLA disappointing under 5.5 wins. I'm going with that.
UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA. They're gonna be struggling, dude. They're gonna be struggling, and yeah, they are. I was gonna say USC for my most surprising team, but I really think that weather is going to have a factor for both of those Southern California teams in November, dude.
And travel.
I really think it is. Like that. That's something that can't be overlooked. Yeah, the travel too. We're there whenever they play Rutgers or anybody all the way across the country.
Even Nebraska, dude.
Yeah,
that's still like a over the continental divide.
Right, right.
NFL players talk about that stuff. Like when you get done playing a game, you got injuries on your body, no matter what. And you hop on a plane, you sit still for 8 hours. The injuries only get worse. They swell up, blood flows up out of your body. That's why flying across the country is an advantage for Nebraska in the Big Ten because they're right in the middle. They fly half the distance as other teams do.
Well, and that's part of Matt Rule's recruiting pitch. You know, you heard him. He said Big Ten is the best conference in college football because it's the most that prepares you for the NFL. Like traveling, you're going all the way across. You're playing games in every part of the country, except for the South. But
bowl season, you are.
Bowl season, yep, you are.
Playoff.
Well, shit, boys. What else do we got here?
We got.
I was gonna say we got number 1 tackle in the country, David Sanders Jr. committing this Saturday. Watch out, Nebraska is on the rise.
You think? I mean, it's either Nebraska or Tennessee, is what I hear.
Might be Ohio State. Could be Ohio State. Don't sleep on Ohio State. They spend money. They spend a lot of it.
Man, fuck Ohio State, cut.
I agree, but they spend some money.
We have 5 or 6 minutes left. Are there any segments we want to roll into, or do we want to close it out with like the AP 25 and then do the rest next week?
Yeah, AP 25. I mean, it's pretty much what we expected, right? It's what we expected. Any shockers in there? I mean, not really. I'd say. What do we got?
Where is NC State ranked at?
NC State's ranked.
NC State is 24.
Yeah, they shouldn't be ranked.
I don't know.
I don't like NC State.
Alabama at 5. It's going to be really interesting what Alabama does. They could be the most disappointing team in the SEC this year or the most surprising team. I feel like people got them at like a 9-win ceiling right now. And it's either I don't think that they're going to reach 9. I think it's heavily underperforming or fucking being the same Alabama that they've been forever.
I agree with that one, Ed. Which teams on the top 25 do you see that will finish the season unranked?
Iowa. USC.
Mine's NC State.
NC State, Eli?
Yep.
Dude, Florida State in the top 10. We're not too high on Florida State. I don't think any of us are.
Go through the top 10 real quick.
Top 10, we got Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, Bama at 5, Ole Miss 6, Notre Dame, Penn State, Michigan, and Florida State. Why the fuck is Notre Dame number 7, bro?
I don't know. Michigan's going to drop down fast.
Yeah, Michigan's going to drop fast. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So what team in the 11 do 15 finishes top 10?
Missouri. Utah. Missouri and Utah.
I'm not high on Missouri like that. I think, dude, Missouri, that was a fluky year, bro. Missouri never is good, dude. They're never consistently
good. Good, bro.
No, fuck
How long has this coach been? How long has this coach been there? A couple years, 2 years, 3?
I think 3 or 4.
I think
right in this time for his class recruiting to hit senior year.
Mm-hmm.
He might be onto something.
Eli Drinkwitz, I tell you, he's good.
I
Got a
see
good name.
Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Miami, Texas A&M. Those four right there seem like dropping out of the rankings quick material in my head.
You said Miami?
Yeah, Miami's season goes one or two ways. Just like last year, they like just shit the bed at some point.
Shit, yeah. Yeah.
AJ Allen, bro. AJ motherfucking Allen, dog.
I wish he played for Nebraska.
He'd be number 2 running back, I think.
Oh yeah,
He might be one. He might be number 1.
I don't know.
Arguably, he was pretty good as a freshman. But fuck it, we got Gabe Ervin Jr., Ramir Johnson, Emmett Johnson, Dante Dowdell.
Apparently, EJ Barthel says he wants 3. There's 4 that could be the 3. But what he's saying, I think it's going to be Emmett, Ramir, and Gabe. I don't think
one of them will get hurt, and then it'll be Dante.
There you go. There you go.
Honestly. I have a feeling. Oh, dude, wait. Say your top 3 again.
Emmett, Ramir, Gabe. Hopefully they rotate those guys enough to where an injury doesn't happen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Ramir is the one in my head that's on the line, I feel like
Emmett, we can't use him as like a workhorse. We had to last year because he was the only fucking one. But if we can figure out a way to just keep these guys healthy all year, and then one of them eventually will probably burn out more than the others. Then you got Dante, he's fresh. It's like hopefully they can figure out a really good rotation.
Or they'll have. I feel like they'll put if they're players, they'll find positions on the field for them to play.
Fuck yeah, they can put Heinrich and Carter Nelson back there too.
Yeah, for sure. Know? They can put me back there too.
They can.
Ja'Cory Barney, watch out for this. He played quarterback in high school. I bet you he will have a passing touchdown this year. Ja'Cory Barney. I don't even like saying it so other teams can scout it because I know the Iowas out of the world are listening to this podcast. They're going back to their war rooms. They're trying to scramble, make a play. Promise you, on your head, Ja'Cory Barney, touchdown this year.
That's fun. Right. That's fun. What's our time, Aaron?
It's wrap it up time.
All right. Well, folks, that was the episode of Husker Hype Radio. Some big Power 4 predictions. I had a blast.
Next week we'll tease Nebraska schedule predictions and rosters and etc. will be the main topics.
19 days. 19 days till Nebraska football.
19 days, baby.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. All right, boys. As always, bleed red, shit corn, and go
big red.